What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Deep Dig Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew, with my other host right over there.
What's up? It's D. Good to see you again. Today, we are going to touch base on the Aaron Rodgers to the San Francisco 49ers rumors. But before we get into that, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and if you're listening to this on audio, follow. If you're watching on YouTube, we have an audio version. If you're listening on audio, we have a YouTube version. Check us out everywhere.
And it's a rumor going around right now that Aaron Rodgers could potentially go to the 49ers. It surfaced from this clip we're about to show you right now from the Craig Carton show on FS1. And here's what he had to say about the whole thing.
And Aaron Rodgers would absolutely want to play for this franchise. The franchise is the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, no.
Okay, they have Trey Lance coming off a broken ankle. They've got Brock Purdy, who's not going to be throwing the ball till August or September. And they signed Sam Darnold. They do not have a quarterback right now. Maybe Trey becomes a stud. We don't know. Aaron Rodgers is from the area, all right, and has always said, I might want to go home one day. Now, he famously also said, I want to screw it to San Francisco for not drafting me.
Right.
Well, he's already done that, okay? So here's the reality. San Francisco does not have a first-round draft pick in this draft. They gave them all away to get Trey Lance. They do, however, because of compensatory picks, have like 5 third-round picks. So the conversation has been multiple third-round picks in this draft and a first-round draft pick in next year's draft. If this happens, the New York Jets no longer exist as a franchise.
All right, what did you think about him bringing up Aaron Rodgers to the 49ers instead of the Jets at this point?
I mean, the thing that does stick out to me, it's been 3 weeks since Aaron Rodgers even went on the McAfee show and was like, hey, I'm going to the Jets. This is what I've decided. And there's been no traction and there's been no movement. And it seems like both sides are kind of at a stalemate. So it does make sense that now rumors are going to start to fly. The thing that does kind of pique my interest, if it is only going to take the third round picks and 1 first round pick next year, I think that's kind of a sweet deal. Like, selfishly, as a San Francisco 49ers fan and a content creator, I would love for this to fucking happen. I would this is one of the biggest franchises in the league in American sports. So to have a guy who has been a multiple MVP years, I think that this is a scary, scary team if you get Aaron Rodgers on it. Do I think it's going to happen? No, but it's nice to talk about.
I think it's 100% not going to happen. I think he doesn't really make any good points in that video of why it should happen. It would be cool to have Aaron Rodgers for a year, but it doesn't make sense because we have a lot of young quarterbacks. We signed Sam Darnold. We still have Trey Lance, and Brock Purdy's coming back from injury. So we do have a full quarterback room right now, despite him saying we have no quarterbacks. And the compensation, if the Jets aren't willing to give up a certain amount of compensation, do you think the 49ers are going to give up more than the Jets? They're pretty desperate right now, right? They have Zach Wilson and that's it.
The Jets are super desperate. I think this is more to grease the wheels on the Jets than it is to get the 49ers re-involved. One thing that does kind of stick out to I was reading an article on SB Nation and they were saying that the Jets didn't know that the 49ers were involved in talks. And now this is actually news to them. Hey, what the fuck? There was another team involved. So it does scream trade bait. But if true, again, a couple of third round picks, especially because we got a lot of them just as compensation. Why not? Why not throw out? I'd give them even 4 third round picks and our first overall next year.
And Trey Lance?
They won't take him. They have Jordan Love. Let's go ahead and just say that. I get where he's coming from as far as there are no quarterbacks. One, Brock Purdy has a brace on his arm. He just got done with surgery. Yeah, he's supposed to be up and at him soon, but you just never know with recovery time. 2, Trey Lance is a habitual bench rider. We just haven't seen him play. I would be fine walking away if Aaron Rodgers was involved. And 3, Sam Darnold I'm fine with him just being a backup, just being a strong, sturdy backup, someone who's always there. So yeah, it does make sense if we really do want to go ride for Rodgers. Let's go ahead and do it. Again, this is a guy who was tied to the 49ers. Was it last year or the year before when he announced like during the draft right before it, like trying to really press the Packers. And guess what? The only team that was kind of available and ready for it was the 49ers. And they were like, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So I don't know if the personalities match up as far as Kyle Shanahan and Aaron Rodgers, but we do know that offense works with Aaron Rodgers because we've seen it with LaFleur. You know what I mean? What do you think about the fit?
I'm going to say the personality definitely doesn't match up because of the attitude of Aaron Rodgers. What did Aaron Rodgers say? What was the one team when fans were calling to him on the golf course? They're like, who are you going to play for? He said, not San Francisco. This guy fucking hates the 49ers because they passed on him. And he still holds that grudge to this day. And for him to say, like, in an off season where he can go anywhere, basically, he can be a free agent and look for a trade to point out the one team, not San Francisco. Like, dude, come on. Like, you're still holding on to that. Like, just let it go already. This is the best team for you to win a Super Bowl if you chose us. So do you think he wants to be a 49er after saying that still?
I think he would do it. I think, like, what offensive player in their right mind does not want to fit into this system? You have so many weapons. I think it's a better fit than the Jets, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. You have more running backs. You have more receivers. You have one of the best tight ends in the league. And you have an offensive line that can keep you upright. So, like, I feel pretty good about it. If they get the right tackle shored up, this is a surefire Super Bowl contender right off the bat.
I think what stalls out on this trade is the 49ers cap room. We have no cap space. So, like, logistically, I don't know if this trade would even be possible. We'd probably have to give up, like, a Deebo Samuel or, like, someone with a salary of, like, Kittle, like, just naming our highest paid players. Or we'd have to, like, decimate a bunch of mid-level players to pay for this guy because he's not going to just, like, come over for nothing.
I would do it. I would do it. Hands down, I would do it. What you're doing,
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I like Brock Purdy too. I've said on record, I really do like Brock Purdy. But in this made-up world where this is actually an option, I would do it. Why wouldn't you want a Hall of Fame quarterback to step in? We already seen the 49ers get burned by this decision previously with Tom Brady. When I was screaming for Tom Brady, let's get Tom Brady, everyone was like, no, we don't want Tom Brady. You're fucking stupid, blah, blah, blah. Well, look at, he went out and won a Super Bowl. We're up here with the, like, you know, we're talking about NFC championships, bro. We're talking about practice.
I definitely, like, okay, last year he didn't play his best ball, but he's definitely still at this point better than any quarterback on our current roster. I'll give him that. And I mean, Brock Purdy runs the offense perfectly. I think his attitude and leadership skills transcend, like, obviously Aaron Rodgers as a leader and as a person. It'd be weird, I think, at first fit. And definitely, like, Aaron Rodgers is a guy, he doesn't want to put in off-season work to, like, get that chemistry with the receivers, with the offense. So it would be kind of Tom Brady in his first season with Tampa. Like, the first half of the season, they're not that good, but they're really trying to find each other. And then once they hit that second half, they had a bye week and they figured it out. They really took off. It would be like, we have to learn on the fly with Aaron Rodgers of, like, making this a cohesive unit. And he didn't want to put in extra time with us. And we have to just, like, try to do it as quickly as possible. So would he be able to do that with this team in less than a season and take us to a Super Bowl? He could possibly. I mean, Shanahan is amazing at play calling. So it's a risk. It's high risk, high reward. So I don't know how it would pan out between his ego and Kyle Shanahan's offense. But I mean, he took everything from LaFleur and listened to him. So I think he could work with Shanahan. I mean, he was humble enough to be like, yeah, LaFleur, do your thing. And then not until there was like some bad play calls in fourth quarters and playoffs where he kind of questioned LaFleur. So, I
yeah,
mean,
and with this team, they're all vets. Like these are dudes who have been to battle day in and day out. They know what it takes to get over the hump, and they're like ready to go during playoff time. I think that would be like if they worked into shape, like how you know what I mean. Tom Brady did with the Bucks. Like that's fine. Again, especially because the NFC is weak. You know what I mean? If you get Aaron Rodgers on the San Francisco 49ers, a team that without a for sure like number one quarterback starting week one, they're already considered a contender in that division. So add in Aaron Rodgers, like you're telling me, like, bro, that's a automatic just Super Bowl. Like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put my future in. That's good.
well, you guys let us know in the comments. Would you rather have Aaron Rodgers as the 49ers quarterback next year, even if it's just for one season, or you keeping the guys in-house, Trey Lance, Brock Purdy, maybe even a little Sam Darnold in there? Let us know in the comments.